Hello everyone, I'm Gabriele Porro, game director of SOLACE, a game by Roberto Pestrin. You can check the Roberto Pestrin's page on Board Game Geek because he did many other extremely good games. We decided to publish this one because we believe it's a very nice game, it's a very good game. In this video I will show you how to play SOLACE. This is the print and play version of the game. You can find on Tabletop Simulator, or you can download the free print and play from our website. I want to point out that this Kickstarter for us is really a Kickstarter. We are a very small company and we don't do pre-sales with Kickstarter, but all the funds are really needed to produce the game and to finish the game in all its parts. In detail, also want to highlight that all the arts you see right now are done with some AI, but for the final version we'll remake all the arts with hand-drawn illustrations made by humans. And this is our effort, this is our belief to help the artists. Okay, so this is SOLACE, and it's a game like all our games. It's settled in a unique world. All the people in this world are immortal because nano machines soup, like you can think as a virus, okay, changed the structure of the humans. And this world where everyone is young and immortal, many social disorders spread out, and were created some forced termination units like our players, okay, our characters, that they fight terrorists. For example, the SOLACE terrorists that have the goal to bring death again in because they believe the death is right for humanity and want to bring back death to the humankind. So your squad will make a series of raids into the palaces, into this structure. This car form a building, and your characters have the peculiarity that they can mutate their own body due to the effects of this virus. But because I'm not so good at speaking and telling the story, it's better if you read all the small story on the Kickstarter page on our website. Okay, because right now I want to focus on the how to play. SOLACE is a fast game because it takes about 30 minutes, and it's a cooperative one. You can play from 1 to 4 players in the core game, and with the expansion that adds also new mechanics and two new characters, you can play with 5 players, 5 friends. It's a cooperative game, so you have to coordinate very well. The game is divided in turns. Each turn has 5 phases, but basically the 5 is just the end turn, with the checks of the end turn are basically 4 phases. Okay, in the first one you have to choose your action, and you have to plan basically what you want to do for the second phase, because in the second phase you execute your actions with your agents. The third phase is the palace phase, where you execute the cards that are revealed in the palace. And then there is the final phase where more cards are revealed and you have to do the final checks in the palace. Okay, your goal changes from a mission to other missions. It's very important that SOLACE is a game divided in missions because it's a campaign game. So after each mission you unlock new cards, new powers for your characters, and also you have to choose which mission do next. So you have some branches you can follow, and also the story changes as well, and there are consequences for the things you choose or you don't. The actions are determined by these icons. we have the eyes. The eyes are the hacking action that allows you to reveal the cards from one of the floors, from any floor, and then after you reveal them, you have to put them back in the same order, so you can scout the cards that are in the palace. Then we have the attacks. The attacks, because each enemy has in the lower part some attack icons, okay, the same. If you have the same icons the enemies have, you can defeat them. And the attacks also have some subtypes, as you can see here, but they are not used for this version of the game. The attacks are normal attacks. There are normal attacks and electric attacks. For example, there are some enemies that could be beaten using electrical attacks or normal attacks, okay, with a different number of symbols. Also, there are the hands. The hands works in the same way, and they work for allies or civilians. For example, to save this civilian, you need one hand, as stated here below. Then there is the attack negation or the dodge. And then we have the most important action, that is one also of the original, you can say, mechanics of this game. That is the movement icon, because in the palace you can move vertically from one floor to another or horizontally. When you move horizontally, you reveal a card from a floor, the first one, and then you can decide either to leave the card on the top or put it at the bottom of the deck. So basically you move through a floor, revealing the cards. Each time a card is revealed, it remains revealed if it's revealed with a movement action. When you plan the actions, for example this one and this card, you put them under your recap card and you lock them. So you execute these symbols and this symbol, and these two cards are locked until the next turn, so you have to plan very carefully. Okay, after the planning phase there is the execution phase, so you execute all your actions. Then there is the palace phase, where all the cards already revealed, so all the cards you see in the palace, they execute their actions. Their actions are stated on the left part of the card. For example, this one attacks only if the alarm is on, and then turns on the alarm, to do example. Then we have the palace phase. In the palace phase we have to check the alarm, because the alarm could be turned off, like this, DEFCON 5, or turned on, DEFCON 0. If the alarm is off, you reveal a card, so introduce new enemies, basically new threats, only where there is an agent. If the alarm is on, you reveal a card on each floor, and then the time pass. This is the time deck that defines the time of the game. It is made by 10 cards for this mission. So after these cards are finished, the mission is lost. So you have to make it the mission before this deck is finished. So at the end of each turn, you put one card from the time deck to the reinforcement deck, because if the alarm is on, also some reinforcement will go inside the palace, one card of reinforcement. For each mission, you have some mission cards that state what you have to do. And also in the full game, not only in this print and play, there are some cutscenes made by cards. So you reveal two cards, one with an image, one with a dialogue, basically, with some triggers that are in the cards inside the palace, or some other conditions you have to meet. And you have to read the little cutscene that gives you new goals. For this print and play, the goal is to retrieve a data card. There is somewhere here, and save more hostages as possible, and then flee, then escape the palace. So that's it. I invite you to try the game on Tabletop Simulator. As I said, this is completely free, or you can download the print and play that is already has also a layout printer friendly, so you can print directly on your home printer. And if you like the game, please support it, because for us is very important. Each pledge for us is important, and it helps us to make new games, etc. And for any question, feel free to comment or write to us. Thank you very much for the attention. Hope the video wasn't too long, and see you soon. Thank you.